Hey everyone, it's Station again. It's been a few days since my previous video, but a lot of things have been changing since the previous video, and I have gotten a lot of responses for my video as well. A lot of people specifically disagreeing with me, and that's perfectly fine with me. But today I want to talk about some things, my replies to some of these responses, and some of the contradictory things that the gaming community is saying. But now with the new handheld news, everybody's thinking that maybe Xbox is going to take over the handheld device genre specifically. And I have a lot of different opinions contradicting those things. And I feel like it's not going to be exactly what everybody suspects it to be. And it's going to be a little bit of disappointment to some of the people who are very excited, or just, over here just saying that the Switch 2 is completely garbage. There's a lot of different things, and to include another thing is that the Squid Games, not the Squid Games, what the fuck am I talking about? Squid Games, Splatoon got a fucking spinoff and shit out of nowhere, because I'm assuming Nintendo's just not going to do a Nintendo Direct. And I'm about to play some gameplay for you, or I mean, not gameplay, but the trailer itself. I'm about to play the trailer itself for you. And before anybody asks, no, the gameplay is not for me. I don't have a capture card yet. So I just take gameplay off some YouTuber or any YouTube channels. I will, credit the person in the comments or in the description and whatever the case is. But yeah. All right, this is another day after I recorded this, the audio and stuff like that. You can maybe tell and stuff like that. But anyways, so we surprisingly, I don't know where we got this trailer right here for the next Splatoon game, which is a spinoff, by the way. It's probably going to cost $80 or so, and every Nintendo hater is going to go ahead and just fucking hate this game for whatever reason. Even if it's a perfect game, they're gonna be like, no, it's fucking horrible. And then they're gonna say that the Switch 2 is the worst console to ever be made, and the specs are completely out of date. Even though, what we're gonna talk about in a sec is about to disprove some of the things they said. And then when this next clip that's about to play, I did mention the fact that it literally in my previous video that people were trying to argue with me with, that the fact that this game is going to be, or they're already switching out this Nintendo Switch 1 for the Nintendo Switch 2, so it's not even worth it to buy the Nintendo Switch 1. And that's what I meant by perspective. And look right here, this is an image from Target, and you're about to see right now.
Splatoon Raiders is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system, but research is still underway.
And there we go, proving exactly what I meant in my video that a lot of people didn't agree with me about and were trying to argue with me about. But, I turned out to be right about what I was saying. And then a few days later, we go ahead and get this Xbox ROG Ally collaboration, or Xbox handheld, quote unquote. A lot of people are saying it's better than the Switch 2 already, but they're not counting for the fact of what the price the ROG Ally is, and what it's going to cost you is probably, and I'm going to tell you right now, as I'm going to pull images right here, it's going to cost you the same or more. And the reason why Xbox didn't release the price directly is specifically because they want to avoid the same situation that happened with Nintendo, because people aren't going to take it, very well. And the funny part of it all is people are hyping this console up, but you still have to pay every month for Game Pass Live, and you don't even own the games. And not just that, you're spending $15 a month to play online and to play these Game Pass games. Not online because it's a PC device, but you know what I mean. And you're also having to go ahead and pay this enormous price for the same specs of the Nintendo Switch 2, which people disagree with me about, and they were arguing with me about, and they said I was being delusional or some case. But no, it's a clip I show right here. if you most people who are getting the Nintendo Switch 2 are happy with their purchase and don't have a problem with it, and even kids themselves are actually enjoying it. And as if I'm gonna pull this other image up right here too, it outsold every pre-order and every console in the first few months of its release, or the first few weeks of its release. Console. And look at 200 million sales. It's immensely crazy the fact that they sold this much, and people said it was going to fail, it was going to flop, they're going to drop the prices, but realistically they're not. That's the truth about the things that people don't want to go ahead and face. Another thing that people don't want to go ahead and face is the fact that that they're blaming Nintendo for these $80 game prices. But as you can see right here, Sonic didn't wait even a month. To play these DLC characters, you have to pay $90. And if you've seen the gameplay, it's definitely not better than World Tour. I mean, everybody has a different opinion, but I mean, dude, this game is not as well polished, bro. Like, let's be honest, when's the last time you heard of a Sonic racing game, or people prefer a Sonic racing game over Mario Kart 8? And you can say what you want about the new Mario Kart, but it's exactly the same as Mario Kart 8 gameplay wise. So, and maybe it's a few things that, you know, customization wise that you may not like. But I mean, it's a more polished version in the open world aspect, in my opinion, is better. And I mean, a lot of people may not agree with me. Maybe I am the unpopular opinion in some way. But no, the case being how we're seeing these sales and how people are responding to the console, it's not that it's me being wrong. It's the fact that people just don't like the increase in price. But you're not looking at the fact that all these gaming corporations, they were going to do it anyways. Like, I'm pretty sure every big Nintendo content creator literally is pointing this out, and it's just literally like nobody's talking about it. It wasn't just Nintendo. Sony and Xbox were ready to do the exact same thing. Why did Xbox go ahead and increase the prices immediately after the Nintendo Switch 2 price and the pre-orders were literally live? Why? Because they were already planning to do this. And like, I know it's not anything anybody enjoys. I never agreed with it. I never defended it. But I'm saying, as a casual gamer, I never owned a Nintendo Switch before. The last Nintendo device I owned was the 3DS when I was like 10 or 12. And I bought a Switch 2. Why? Because it's the better decision. As I've already shown before, it's $300 for an OLED, and the Switch 2 is $450, and you're future-proof for all new games, and you're getting the same specs for every handheld as well. So it literally makes no sense to go ahead and buy the Nintendo Switch 1. I know that people are going to disagree with me, but it's literally the truth. By 2026, which is only 6 months from now, by the way, we're going to get a bunch of Nintendo Switch 2 exclusives. And this is not the only thing. There's more that's coming. From Software's online game that's like kind of like the new Elden Ring game is coming out, and it looks like Bloodborne. Guess who wants to play that? Every Elden Ring lover. It's not going to stop. And as a lot of people have pointed out, this is basically the beginning of a war between handhelds. If you're gonna go for a second choice or whatever the hell, wherever the fuck it is that you cope with, or you fucking bullshit yourself with at the end of the day for a $50 difference between the Steam Deck and the Switch 2. But you get free games. I mean, it's fucking PC. It's not like Steam's giving you the free games, bro. They're not giving you the free games. It's indie developers that are giving you the free games. They're just a marketplace that gives it to you. Of course, Nintendo's scummy, and they don't let indie developers just go ahead and upload like you know, something like Unturned or something on the Nintendo Switch. But I mean, don't act like Valve is giving you free games over here. Yes, they give you sales, which is the one thing I love about Valve and Steam and stuff like that. But eventually, if Valve ever releases a new VR or handheld, they're going to cost around the same, and then that's going to completely solidify the this new price increase, and there's nothing that's going to change that. That's the truth. Xbox is already doing it, PlayStation is already doing it, and the reason why they're not showing the price is not because they're going to give you a good price. No, they're trying to see how well the Nintendo Switch 2 does with its current price after all the backlash. They don't want to risk something going wrong. That's the case of what's going on here. Of course, people are going to disagree with me and, say I'm wrong or whatever the case being is. But at the end of the day, that's the conversation that these corporate millionaires are having right now. They're thinking about going ahead, charging you more. And if you forgot, there's even the Rockstar CEOs trying to think of charging you per hour for playing GTA 6. It's just that if we're gonna go ahead and boycott, we need to boycott everything. That's the truth. Of course, there's gonna be people who don't want to agree with me. But whatever, if you don't want to agree with me, that's okay. But don't say I'm a liar. Don't say I'm coping. Don't say I'm fucking bullshitting, because then you're fucking lying yourself. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and just give a follow-up. This war is not between Nintendo or the boycotters. This war is between corporate capitalist America and every normal person that lives in a probably medium wage household, mid-class household or whatever. Not being able to just buy every new iPhone every year because it's just not reasonably priced. It just seems like gaming is going towards a more dystopian type of reality. And the case being, if GTA 6 is $300, you're still gonna buy it. They know you're still gonna buy it. And same thing with the new PlayStation 6. Like, you saw how crazy people were paying the scalpers for these crazy prices, and people still bought them. That's the crazy thing about all of this. Same thing with the Nintendo cards. I mean, the Nintendo cards, they are starting to go down because of the scalpers and people are fighting back. But we need to do this with everything. I mean, not just Ubisoft, not just EA. Do this with Xbox themselves. Do it where they hurt. Don't buy their consoles. Of course, I'm not agreeing with Nintendo yet again, but if we're looking at this from an obvious, logical perspective from somebody who's not a Nintendo glazer and doesn't have a Nintendo Switch, or is looking to buy a new console or a Nintendo Switch for their child, you're better off buying your child a Nintendo Switch 2. And that's the truth of it. And of course, the Nintendo glazers, they're always going to glaze Nintendo, but that's never going to change. It's the same thing with the PlayStation glazers. They're always going to glaze PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't want to add crossplay with Xbox because they're still in this war mentality with Xbox, even though Xbox confirmed there's literally nothing there, little bro. It's just you, and you're talking to a wall, Sony. You're talking to a wall. We're not even in the war anymore, bro. We just have more money than you. Our dad, Bill Gates, or whatever the fuck your name is, old mummy and shit, he gives us all the money we want. And you can go fuck yourself, Nintendo, Japanese lover, whatever the fuck. That's the truth about it all. If you don't want to agree with me, that's perfectly fine. But how it's seeming more and more and more, and I think anybody who actually plays video games understands this, it's looking like something like Roblox, out of all things, is probably going to take over the gaming industry these following next years. Especially with all these big games. I mean, Grow Garden literally surpassed every single online game experience with its player count. 10 million players. Even when the servers were down for these other foreign countries, for all these botters and stuff like that, the player count did not go as nearly as down as it did for Pet Simulator X, with showing that majority of the people aren't bots. It's just people who actually like these, I guess, these boring games. Somebody has to say it. But anyways, it's been Taxation. I am gonna start posting more, like I said previously in my video. If you like these type of videos, do subscribe. Do like the video, and if you want to leave a death threat or some type of hate comment, go ahead and leave it, because any type of reception, any type of feedback helps me to go ahead and make more videos. And yeah, fuck yourself.